I have been a fan of the pod for so long.
A fan and a friend of the pod.
Fan, friend, fam of the pod.
For anyone who does not know Megan, first of all, what a shame you don't know Megan.
Honestly, I'm sorry.
Shame on you.
Can I just say, I literally talk about you with my clients all the time. I think you are the greatest person.
Like, for real?
Oh, honestly.
Watch out.
It's okay, because I talk about you a lot.
You are the greatest person to exist, honestly. You are just like a light.
Is this
sunshine.
episode about just making me cry?
Yeah.
Don't.
So we're gonna get the tears out. We're gonna pull them out. Megan, how long have you been here?
I've been here a little over 5 wonderful years.
Holy cannoli.
I know, right?
Really?
Didn't it just feel like yesterday?
Wait, when did you start?
2018, literally right before you started.
Yes, because I feel
Literally.
like we started around the same time.
Because I think I remember something very distinct that I think it was right before your 21st birthday.
Oh, God.
We both left. No, we both left like at the same time because we left out like the front
Okay.
or something because we had to like let it lock behind us. And I was like, "It's your birthday." You're like, "Yeah." And you're like, "I'm gonna be 21." I was like, "God, I feel old." And then I left. And that was when I was 26. Now I'm old. I realized the other day that I think I'm the 3rd oldest person on the floor.
No, you're not.
What?
I think it's Kate,
How old are you?
Morgan, and then me.
Wait, how old are you?
31.
Nuh-uh.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I did not know that.
And it's because I have a shining light of
You're still so
youthful
young.
exuberance.
She is.
I'm not making any more age comments, you guys. You're so young.
We're gonna hold it over your head for the rest of the
Honestly,
day.
I don't know what it is. I don't know why I'm always making people feel old.
Because you also have the youthful exuberance, and you'll be 50. And everyone will be like,
goodness.
"Oh my gosh, she's just a baby."
Oh.
Just a little babe.
I'm just a baby.
It's the good skincare.
Honestly.
You know what? Gotta say it. Just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I didn't come here right after cosmetology school. I went to cosmetology school in Chicago, at a community college. So it took me a longer time than everyone else, and I took a little break in between because I hurt my back. And but I knew when I went in there that I wanted to be successful at it, and I wasn't gonna half do something.
Right.
So I sought out an internship during my last semester, and that was eventually where I got my first job at. And then when it was time to move, so I moved, and I literally searched for best salons in Springfield, Illinois. And this came up, and I was like, gosh, that's like the place. I can just tell that's the place to be. So I just sent an email. There wasn't like a hiring mark. It was like, I sent an email and was like, "Hey, here's my resume." And then Nikki reached out to me, and it's all from there. I got to shadow with Britney.
Yeah,
One of my favorite memories.
Last day apprenticing.
Your last day apprenticing was my
It was
favorite thing.
Aww.
It was the best. It was
really
so sweet.
She just took everything like that. And so I was just very blunt. She's like, "Okay, cool, let's do it." And she did it. I was
Let's go.
like, "All right, have fun."
Let me wash some bowls,
Yeah.
girl.
So do you feel like that's kind of how you work and function? You take it and you're like, let's just do it.
I need direction.
Mm-hmm.
I've said it about. I've finally just like realized it about myself. I'm not very good at self-starting, so I need a good background like of direction.
Mm-hmm.
But that can be also like very like vague and broad.
Mm-hmm.
So it can be somebody being like, "Hey, here's a list of stuff we need to get done today,"
Right.
or it can be like, "Here's the color book. This is what you have to do." So as long as I have like a little bit of a roadmap, I know where I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
But I always have to call people and like ask people for like second and third and fourth and fifth opinions.
Mm-hmm.
Because and again, that's another thing that I really like about Willow is that we're a team-based salon.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're like, "I don't know what to do right now," or "I'm so tired of using the same old stale toner, like
Yeah.
I want something different, what have you been using? What would you do? Where's your brain
Right.
at?" It just incites the creativity in you that people really want out of being a hairstylist,
Right.
and sometimes they just don't get.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of figure out a way to keep it fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep
I
it
love
moving.
that. Yeah, you
Yeah.
just texted me this morning?
Yeah, that was more.
Is this video weird? I'm like, no.
I just wasn't getting good feedback from my husband because he's like, it's cute, and I'm like,
rude, Ryan.
what else is it? What else is it? He goes, do you think it's like, is it like informative? I'm like, no, it's silly. It's supposed to be silly.
No, I thought it was so cute.
No, okay, good. I posted it right after you said.
Yeah, and
you
it
said
breaks
was
up
fine.
like the monotony of like, here's how to curl your hair, you know.
I've never been like the here's how to do something.
Well, you're
kind
the
of
comedic
gal.
relief in
She
this
is.
entire building.
Honestly.
And it's a known fact, you are. You just make everything a little bit less...
I needed it. I just got my
stale.
station
Yeah,
moved
stale.
next to hers, and I'm like, yes. She's like, we're next to each other. I'm like, yeah.
I can't stop thinking about it. I can't stop thinking about how much trouble we're gonna get in.
Yeah,
I keep telling people.
It's not gonna happen again for sure.
She'll be like, I regret this decision. We'll be like, bye, see you later, and we'll be on the other, like, opposite ends of the salon again.
Yeah.
Because
Honestly.
we just interject into each other's, like, everything.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's just chaos, pure chaos.
I straight up the other day was like, you just let me know if I'm being too much. And then you did the same thing. I was like, never mind, we're both the same person.
Honestly.
We're both just leaning into it.
Feeding off each other.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so what is the most, I guess, useful piece of advice you've learned since being here?
Oh, someone's either gonna be proud or mad at me. Both is going to be. But I do like the phrase that we've kind of, like, stay in your lane, slay your lane, because we want to foster what you're good at.
Yeah.
There's a reason that, when you're like, I feel like something isn't working. And if you go to the right people, you're like, I feel like something's not working. They're like, okay, well, what's going to make it work?
Mm-hmm.
What are we going to do to change that? Because it's not like, well, you need to figure out how to make it work.
Yeah.
Like, we need to figure out what to change so that you're happy.
Yeah.
That's it. So I've figured out, I was just talking the other day, I was like, I figured out that I'm slower than everybody else. Because I take a lot of time to be like, oh, it's the perfectionist in you. I'm like, no, it's because I talk too much. But my clients love it.
They do.
My clients love it. They want to spend time with me, and I want to spend time with them. And then I can also blame it a little bit more on the actual work of it, because I'm usually doing something a little bit avant-garde, a little bit of something that's going to take like 2 tones, 2 processes. Yeah. That I'm still trying to figure out how to do as quickly as possible, but without sacrificing quality. Yeah. So if I have the time, I'm going to take it. I don't mind.
Yeah.
My new goals this year are not monetary, if that understands. It's more of I'm not going to do stuff that's not going to please me. And usually when I create some of the best stuff that I've ever created, it's because I took an extra 15 or 20 minutes.
Yeah.
To do those finishing touches. I didn't rush.
I love that.
So it's like, there is a thing where you're like, stay in your lane, like, stay what's good for you, stay what you're good at. I'm good at taking my time, and so leaning into that, I think, has been something that just kind of opened up like some third eye in the back of my head this year. So that's the best advice that, like, I usually can give anybody who's starting out, is like, figure out what you're good at, and then keep being good at it.
Yeah.
Like, keep figuring out, and then if suddenly something doesn't make you happy anymore, don't question that fact. Don't question it. Move off of it. Move to something else, or change it some other way.
Yeah.
That's the best advice I've got for anybody, pretty much.
There you have it, folks. From the happiest human I've ever met in my life. Literally, it could be 7 a.m. and Megan's in here. Good morning!
Morning!
And I'm like, yikes.
Is everyone
Thank
so
you.
excited to be here? It's 7 a.m.
Yeah, but you know what? We need that in the morning.
Yeah, we
I
do.
purely hate my life until I come in.
Do you know what the secret is? The secret is I'm lying.
That's what I say all the time. That's what I say. I mean, it might be an unhealthy thing to do. I don't know, but I truly believe in, like, just fake it.
That's
Fake
it
until
real.
it's true.
Yeah.
Fake it until it's true.
Fake it until it's true. You know it's good for you.
I am so gullible that I'll start tricking myself. I'm not kidding. I'll be like, wait, maybe I am actually in a good mood. Like, suddenly, I'm in a good mood.
I'm convinced that, like, all, like, self-improvement or, like, self-help, like self-motivation, like, positivity, like, stuff, it's all just about tricking your little brain cells.
It is. Because it is all just, like...
It's a personal battle.
Yeah,
always.
yeah.
Eventually, one day you wake up and you're like, wow, I wake up at the same time every day without an alarm. I didn't used to do that.
Yeah.
Like, I used to just sleep until, noon.
Mm-hmm.
What happened? Oh, I tricked my brain.
Tricking your
I
brain.
didn't mean to, but I did
it. Crazy. Well, like you were saying, too, with your taking time and you do a lot of avant-garde and, like Vivids and things like that. I feel like you're not the person to put yourself into a box, but do you specialize in Vivids?
I think if you had asked me like 2 years ago, I'd been like, that's what I specialize in, but I've finally been like, kind of like, I specialize in hair.
Yeah.
And if I don't know how to do something, I will straight up be like, hey, I don't know how to do that. Like, let me refer you to someone who does. Because if I don't, then there's something, then I need to work on myself. Mm-hmm. But I haven't come across that in a very long time, so,
Just going back to that, staying in your lane, staying what you know you're good at, what you know you like doing.
The main goal at the end of the day is that my client is happy. Mm-hmm. And if there is a way where I'm like, you know who would really pop this off? Britney. You know who you would really vibe with? Britney. Yeah. I have no problem being like, give this a try.
We do the same things as far as that goes too. Yeah. Like, if somebody comes to me and wants Megan's hair, I'm like, I mean, I can do it. Will it be the greatest thing in the world? No. I think Megan would really have fun doing it. I wouldn't have fun doing that.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, you want to have fun, but you want to make sure your client is having a good time and is so... Right. And is the best thing I get in the whole wide world is when people text me, message me on Instagram, Facebook, whatever, and they're like, I'm so obsessed with my hair, and it's like 2-3 weeks later.
Yeah, and you're like, yes, I did.
And I'm like, yes, this is amazing. Like, this is the best feeling, because the best feeling isn't how good their hair looks, it's how nice they feel. Yeah. It's how much they feel more like themselves. Mm-hmm. So I would say, like, if you had to tell me, you have to pick a specialty right now, I would be like, yes, Vivids. It's it's what I love to do, but please give me 8 hours to do everything all at once.
Because it is so tricky.
Well, it's because, and I would say I tell people before, I specialize in low maintenance Vivids, because I don't wash my hair every day. I don't do my hair every day. I curled this ponytail today. That was a lot for me.
Yeah, I'm loving the ponytail. Honestly,
I'm a weave girl now.
This Ariana. No.
I'm an extension girly now, and I can't wait for my second row.
It's gonna be majestic.
I'm gonna look like an actual like pony.
I know,
like a little unicorn. But so when people want like a fun color, I don't want to be like, no, you can't have that, and I don't want it to be unattainable, or I don't want to be like, well, if you just want to go back, brown or blonde later, like, there's no point in doing this. I'm not going to sit there and talk them out of it, because it's something they want to try. Yeah. And it's a canvas, and because I also know that I can pull it out. Mm-hmm. I've done harder things. Yeah. So, I really like showing people that it can be pretty easy to keep up with. That's why we came up with our custom color, like shampoo or color bombs. Yeah. Yeah. I was like, why can't we just take what's left? I know there's always something left in the bowl, and put it in a bottle for them with conditioner and send it home with them for like retail, and they can keep up with it, and they're back here 6 to 8 weeks later anyway. But it helps keep it fresh. So why not? Yeah. Like, why not do it? So, I always like that. Now, when people want if they want rainbow hair, that's a whole conversation that you have to sit down and have, because that will be a 4 or 5 hour process. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's no way of getting around it. There's no way to do that low maintenance style.
Yeah. No, and it's not gonna fade pretty. You have to keep up on it.
You might be surprised. There's one of those things where I'm like, you might be surprised at how it fades if you're, doing it, if you're making sure that like the blonde integrity underneath is good. Yeah. That's what I tell a lot of people, especially newer stylists who are like, I don't want to do Vivids. I'm like, well, what do you like to do? Like, oh, I love doing blondes. What kind of blondes? Oh, all kinds of blondes. Then you'd be great at Vivids.
Yeah.
If you're a Vivid specialist, you're a blonde specialist underneath that Vivid.
Mm-hmm. Right.
If you can't do a good blonde, your Vivid's not going to turn out very nice.
No.
Yeah.
No. That's so true.
And
it has to be clean. Like, clean and even.
Yeah. And if you're like, hey, I'm not going to get you past a yellow. Mm-hmm. Oh, but guess what will look great on that? A green.
Yeah.
A blue that fades into like a turquoise.
Yeah,
Look
beautiful.
really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
So you can kind of like, you can talk your way around some things. But end all be all, if you're not good at if you're not doing the highlights well enough, your Vivids aren't going to look very good. So that's why I always feel, I'm always like, aw, when the new girls are like, I can't do a Vivid. Yes, you can. It's so easy.
And I can't shouldn't be in your vocab.
No. You can. You can. You should try at least,
Yeah. Well, and I think that's such a good point to build off of as for, like, Vivids. So what would you tell your clients at home, like, for hair care, how to keep their Vivids bright?
So the biggest thing is, intermittent shampooing is key. I wash my hair once a week. Now, I did that before I had green hair.
Yeah.
That was just because I lived a very punk, greasy life before I ever went to hair school. That's neither here nor there, but I used to deliver pizza. I used to deliver pizza on a bike, and just a couple. It was just a couple. It was not a regular thing, but I get to say that I did it a couple times.
I love that.
I get to use it for street cred. So I was able to train my hair in that way. But last year, I decided to come off of the, like, you wash your hair more than twice a week. Like looking down my nose at people who wash their hair every day. Some people have to. Vivids are not for them. So it's going to be, if you're, looking for a Vivid and your stylist isn't giving you that, like, honest to goodness consultation about care and washing, like, you got to do the intermittent washing. You have to submit to the dry shampoo gods. You have to be ready to do a mask,
Right.
And you have to take care of that blonde underneath it. Because if you want a pastel color, if you want like a baby pink, baby blue, something cute, something on your hair, it will look so cute. Your hair will be dry underneath because it's the blonde. It's the blonde so you want to make sure that you're taking care of it.
Yeah.
So
when they shampoo, do they use cold water, hot water?
Cold water is best.
Okay.
Do you need to step into Antarctica every time you enter the shower? No, you do not. I like to show my clients how chilly it needs to be in the bowl.
Yeah.
And usually I describe it as like tap cold.
Yeah.
So like if you like stick your hand underneath the faucet, you're like, it's not warm, but it's not cold either. It's comfortable.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
When you put your hair in hot water, it's opening up your cuticle. And so when you open up the cuticle, that like lets oils, impurities, and then sadly hair color leak out. So it will rinse out. Now it will rinse out eventually regardless. It's temporary. You can't have pink hair, green hair, blue hair forever. But if you keep it on the chillier side, it keeps that cuticle a little more closed. Not so closed that you can't like get your good things into it, like oils and the conditioner and stuff.
Right.
But closed enough that it's not going to just like let all that hair color leak out.
Okay.
So you're kind of like just like taming it a little, tampering it off.
So walk me through that routine. So you shampoo once. Do you shampoo again? And then like hair care after that. What is the ideal way to care for Vivids at home?
I'll give you mine because I will say it about a million times, there is 1,000 ways to skin a cat.
100%.
There's 1,000 ways to wash your Vivids, wash your hair, do whatever you want. Like I said, I do once a week. Now that I have the extensions, I have to do honestly, it's not that different of a thing, but I definitely am taking care of where I'm scrubbing, and taking care of washing the extensions, because I don't need to wash the ends of my hair per se. I don't need to be scrubbing or anything, but you want to make sure that you're getting in between the wefts. But so for as far as Vivids go, I still start with like a cleansing shampoo. So I love our Perfect Cleanse. I had dandruff for the first time in my life last year.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, let me give this dandruff shampoo a try. And so I did and started using that as my Vivid shampoo. Now this is not no like Head and Shoulders. It's from the same brand. It's from Lakme. And it's color safe. So
yeah.
I use that as my first, rinse that out. Then I've been really into the She Wonder from Alter Ego.
It is good.
It's really, really, really smoothing. Not everyone's hair can handle it.
No, it's rich.
My hair can handle it.
Yeah.
My hair could handle hydration every day of the week. Because it's so coarse. But I've been really liking that. I also really like the B3 Color Care shampoo.
Amazing.
I used to be addicted to Deep Care. Like, again, anything that's going to take care of like the blonde that's underneath my hair.
Yeah.
Because, again, my hair's already dry, and then I'm just going to dry it out again.
Because she's going to recolor it.
I
am.
am.
Different colors.
Exactly. I'm lifting it. I'm going to lift it out. So I wash that, and usually that second shampoo, I'll like kind of let hang out for a sec.
Yeah.
Especially the She Wonder, because it'll let all the extra things work. And then during that's when I'm like, I'm going to wash my body. I'm going to shave my armpits. And then when I rinse that out, then I'm either doing a color balm or a treatment mask. Most of the time I'm doing a mask pretty much every time I condition because I only wash my hair once a week. Yeah. And I know it needs it. So I usually use something light, like the hair repair from Sasha One. I really like. Yeah. And I'm mostly just doing that on my hair. I'll run it a little bit through the extensions at the end, but I don't let it sit on.
Right.
Or again, Deep Care mask, always good. Color Stay mask is a classic too.
And you wouldn't expect that to feel as good as it does.
I know.
It makes
so
the hair butter.
Nice. Because it makes it so shiny.
Yeah.
But not greasy.
No.
Somehow. I don't know.
When I heard Color Stay mask, I'm like, okay, like we've had a lot of color masks that are okay, you know.
Yeah.
No, this one's great. Like and it smells like roses.
Ooh.
Yeah. And
I like that one.
The hair feels so good. And it works on everybody.
Can a blonde?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. The thing is that Color Stay, like when you're looking for like a color care shampoo, it's caring for all color.
Yeah.
It does not discriminate.
No.
But it's one of those things that's like, you know what? You need that. You know, it's something if you're not sure what to get. Do you have colored hair? Great, done. Yeah. You can have this. It's great.
Now, I wouldn't say that about, like, let's say you go to Walmart.
No.
And it says Color Stay.
No.
It's not. Okay? It's not.
You heard it here first.
We have thoughts.
So yeah, I wanted to. You're like an educator as well.
Yes,
like,
I am.
You do it all. Truly, you're a mother. You are a hairstylist. You're a mother. And you're an educator. You travel quite a bit.
I do. Kind of a lot.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's a lot.
It's kind of a lot, but I love it so much. It's exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I wanted. I wanted a job where I could travel. And I was like, how am I supposed to do hair and travel?
How did you start doing this? What is it? Explain it.
My first salon in Chicago, I worked with two girls that taught for the line that we worked with. Okay. And I was like, I want to do that when I get big. And it was literally just the three of us, and then we had a nail tech. And that was it. So it was going to be all three of us taught for the same line. Yeah. So we were just going to be this line's biggest fan. Well, then I moved, and they had a requirement that you had to like work with the line for so long before you could even apply. It was like a whole thing. It was a very nice line. Then I moved here, and in the interview with Jess and with Nikki, I was like, I have a really intense need to educate. And Jessica was like, okay, we'll talk about that when it gets there. Yeah. Let's fill out your W-4 first. Right. Okay. But I just wanted to do it, and she said, hey, you want to do it? And I said, sure. And I sent in like a video to our distributor. They got a hold of the line, and I went to I got my Lakme certification in February of 2020. I was so excited to start traveling and teaching. And then I didn't. My first class was on Zoom. So but it was a really interesting time to work through, and I'm really, really grateful for the experience because it changed our industry.
100%.
It changed it. It changed education. It changed the way we do hair. It changed the way people see us. But so I started teaching for Lakme. So I've been teaching for Lakme for like 4 years now. And then I just started teaching for Alter Ego Italy last May. I started doing that. So I am really into it. It's been a very exciting time.
Mm-hmm.
You
Big
have
good
grown
stuff.
so much.
I know.
Seriously. Like, that's so impressive. I truly think it's so impressive what you do.
It's that makes me so happy that you think it's so impressive, because it's literally just me going, I want to do that. Like, I feel like the little girl.
I think that's amazing. That makes it even better. It's
I
like,
feel like
I
the
want to
little
do
girl-
that, and you do it.
I feel like the little girl in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I want to teach with that hair color, Daddy. Like, that's exactly how I feel. And Jess is like, okay, do it. Fine, I don't care.
Amazing.
Yeah. But the education, and that's something you should do. The worst someone's gonna tell you is no. The worst someone's gonna tell you is no.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna let like just one person telling you no like break your heart, you might need to search your soul a little bit.
Yeah. Picking up your skin.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this is kind of our outlet for education.
For sure.
And teaching.
Oh, this is the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I like this because I think I get more shy in person.
Yeah.
So when it's like, oh, I don't even see the people who are listening, it's almost better. It's like,
Well, you're just sitting here talking to your friends.
yeah. Yeah. It's like, I don't know
We're
who's
just having
listening,
coffee
but
and we're talking.
yeah, whoever's listening, like, hope you learned something, right? But yeah, that's really amazing. And how do you keep it to where you're not like so burnt out, because you are a mother and you do have a full-time job and you do travel.
Husband.
Well,
How do you, where's the balance? How
it's
do you keep
working
it
out so far. You gotta be in communication.
Yeah.
With everybody, and I'm in communication with the brands that I work for. They don't tell me, hey, you're going here. They say, are you available for a class?
Yeah.
Here are some date options. I throw those date options at my husband. I look at my book at work. I have like a tiered system, basically, where it's like I'm asking my husband, I'm looking at my book, I'm looking at the calendar. I already have education around it, and I'm like, that's going to be too many things this month, and I will turn it down, or I will say, what do they have next month? You know,
Right.
I don't have anything next month. Can we push it to then? I'd love to do it. But it's okay to say no.
Yes.
I'm not the only educator in town.
Right.
Not the only educator in the state. It's the goal is to get people to know about the brands and to teach other hairstylists how to use the brand, and for them to then cater to their clientele.
Right.
And again, at the very end of the day, for that client to be happy.
Yeah.
That's it. So
Keeping a boundary.
but I have 4 calendars that go. I'm a planner girly, and I have to write everything down. I have to make sure that I am keeping on top of everything, and I have to make sure that I am in communication with people at home. And I tell Ryan all the time, Ryan's my husband, I go, is this too much? You can say no. Like, you can tell me to say no.
Yeah.
You are allowed. I'm like, and I need you to tell me to say no.
Yeah.
Because the thing is I will say yes 100% of the time.
Yeah.
If you don't reel me back in.
Yeah.
Pull me back.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to do a little bit better of doing it on my own.
Yeah.
But every time I go off somewhere, like we'll do a FaceTime. Ruby's getting bigger now, so she gets really excited to FaceTime mommy.
Shout out to Ruby.
Rubert.
Ruby Dooby.
Ruby Dooby Doo. She's my light and my sun and my stars, and I love her very much. And she also really loves hanging out with her dad all the time, so they have no problem with it. But we do a FaceTime, and I always leave the FaceTime and I say, thank you for letting me follow my dreams. Please let me know if I need to slow down.
I love that.
I think it softens Ryan up a little bit.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, to be like, of course I love you. I'm like, no, I love you.
Shout out Ryan.
He's the best.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I think it's setting boundaries. It's okay to say no. You had posted something, I think, on your story the other day of it's okay to ask for help as well. And I like that. And I think you are somebody who says that often. Just like, do you need help?
Mm-hmm.
You can ask for it.
As a former person who didn't ask for help, I know it's very because I'm like, you're in this on your own, girl.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I love, again, I'll shout it to the heavens, I love the way we work so well. Because if I need help, I can be like, hey, come help me.
Yeah.
Hey, what would you do?
Yeah.
Even if it's, and it just goes beyond work.
Mm-hmm.
We are all, a lot of us are like in the family stage right now.
Yeah.
We're all having kids. We're like, what's your recommendation?
Right.
What's this? How do you do this? I'm having so much trouble. She doesn't sleep. You know? She doesn't sleep right now.
That's fine.
So it creates a camaraderie. If you're not scared to ask for help, then they're not scared to ask you for help. And then you all learn something. I follow this productivity guru on YouTube. His name's Ali Abdal, and he just shared something from his new book called Feel Good Productivity. And it was an old Benjamin Franklin story where Benjamin Franklin was getting like roasted by this competitor. And he was like, why does this dude hate me so much? And he finally was like, this dude had an extensive library. And he knew this dude had a book that he really wanted to check out, but he knew this dude hated him. So he wrote a nice letter and was like, hey, I know you have this book. I've been really interested in it. Would you mind if I borrowed it? And the dude, without any hesitance, sent it to him. Mm-hmm. And then when he went to return, he was like, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I really enjoyed it. Best friends till they died.
Wow.
Because it took asking for like help.
Yes.
To suddenly understand each other.
Yeah. It's that pushing away your pride.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And so, because Benjamin Franklin could have been like, forget that guy, and lost his seat in the Senate, I think was the whole point of it.
Yeah.
But instead he was like, I'm gonna make this a positive situation and make a new friend. Here we are.
Right.
We're making new friends.
Well, and I think to go back to saying no, like when you first started here, how many times did I tell you that? Because you worked 3 jobs. And she'd be like,
3 jobs?
I'm gonna pick up a shift tonight, and I'm like, why? She's like, because so and so needs it. I'm like, Megan, it's okay to say no. And she did it and did it and did it and like dwindled down to 2, and then like really didn't want to give up the second one. I'm like, girl. But now look at you. You're like, say no. It's okay to say no.
It's okay to say no.
Yeah.
It's one of those. I feel like it's especially like women of our age, and we will be like, it's okay to say no, but not me. I can't. I can't do that. It's okay to ask for help, but not me.
But I'm built different, so
but
I'm
I'm
not going
built
to. Yeah. Yeah.
But you have to talk to little you. You have to talk to apprentice you. You have to talk to cosmetology school you, and be like, it's okay. You're doing fine.
Yeah.
And you can say no.
Yeah.
You're okay. Oh, what, are you sick? You can not come to work. That would be great, actually, if you don't.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of it too is I've noticed that within the past like year, if you didn't know, my frontal lobe just fully developed. I just turned 25 in October. But I noticed, I think if something's going wrong with me, I looked inside and been like, well, did I even ask for help?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. So now I'm just upset about things that.
Yeah. My husband gets really ticked off at me for that. Because I'll just rage, and he's like, what are we upset about?
Yes, I end up blowing up and being somebody I'm not, and then I'm like, I didn't even ask.
No, but I'm mad at him for not helping.
But now that I did,
sense.
it's better.
Yeah.
It's difficult because you're like, you've built up a whole thing that happened in your head.
Yeah.
That didn't actually happen. That didn't have to happen. You're preparing for a fight, and then it doesn't come, so then your adrenaline has nowhere to go. So you're like, well, I guess I'll just get mad about something that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then that's why, do y'all pick up journaling? Y'all do that? Nope.
I used to.
I've trying to do it a lot more this year. I like I said, I was a planner girly, but I have a little bit more of the journal thing. I think the iPhone just came out with like a journaling app.
Really?
That will prompt you. And you could put like a few little things, but there's a few other little apps that are like daily gratitude, 3 things you're grateful for, and it can literally be the same 3 things every day.
Yeah.
It can be Cody, Leighton, my job, done. And you're like, I always have 3 things I'm grateful for.
Yeah.
And then on another day, it'll be, Cody, Leighton, this new client I got today.
Yeah.
Like it will kind of prompt you to be like, okay, there's always something grateful I'm always working really hard.
Yeah.
You know, so it helps you kind of look inside yourself like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or did I even ask for help?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I can ask for help.
Yeah.
And then
my
you notice the
classic,
difference.
like, I won't ask for help, and then instead of, like, getting mad sometimes, I'll be like, Cody, why are you mad? And he's not mad, but me asking him that makes him mad.
Why are you mad?
Yes.
And he's like, I'm not. You are. I can tell something's off. But, like, what is it? And I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, what's wrong with you?
Just a whole lot of
So,
misunderstandings. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it becomes like you said, it's a one-sided beef.
Yeah.
It's like you've made that up.
Mm-hmm.
You're making it up in your head, like, and I think Jessica talks about it a lot. Of this person isn't doing this to hurt you.
Yeah.
They aren't doing this because they think it's, you know, they're not trying to be malicious towards you or whatever. They just don't know. And that's something I learned as well. Like, everybody quite literally thinks differently.
Mm-hmm.
And just because I've thought about doing this, it doesn't mean that person thought about doing that. That doesn't mean they're bad.
No one can read your mind.
Yeah, no one can read your mind. You have to ask for help.
Yes.
For sure.
You have
Yes.
to. There's always the phrase in my head too was, did I do something wrong? No. because I always tell myself, I'm like maybe it's me, maybe I'm the problem, maybe that Taylor Swift song's about me.
Okay, same.
Like, maybe that Taylor
So you
Swift
know what? Until they've told you that you've done something
Mhm.
wrong, you didn't do anything
Well-
wrong because you don't know.
Well, I always say, oh, because I'm asking that, it wasn't me.
Yeah.
Like, because if it was my problem, I wouldn't be thinking it was a problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I would be like, I'm in the right all the time.
Right.
No, but the fact that I'm like, that I'm second guessing myself and making sure that I didn't hurt somebody, that I didn't say something wrong, that I was being polite and kind and truthful and making sure that everybody's having main character energy, like, all the time.
Yes.
The fact that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, okay, that makes me feel a lot better immediately.
I love that.
And if you voice that out into the world, you're like, okay, let me capture it and then put it in my pocket and then I'll have it for later.
That's so
love
real.
that.
Like, because we've all had that thought.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Multiple times.
Yes.
Like, for me, it's every day. I'm like, is it me? Did I do something?
Yeah.
But if you,
No,
but
same. Yeah, I'll be like,
you'll say
I
it,
think
you'll say
that-
it, and then you're like, no, because I'm asking myself.
I'm gonna
Because
start
I'm
doing that.
Because I'm being considerate enough to think that maybe I did something wrong and searching inside myself, probably about 98% of the time, it's not you. And it's not them either.
No.
Mm-mm.
It's just a miscommunication,
Yeah.
or it's, get this, nothing.
Yeah.
The scenario you just played in your head that didn't happen.
Yes. Yeah.
A lot comes from playing too much pretend when you were a kid.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Cody always says, get out of your head. I'm like, I can't. Okay? I want
This
to.
is where I live.
Yeah. I reside here. Thank you.
Yeah.
Are you looking for new clients?
Always. Every day. All the time.
What is your ideal client?
I like everybody.
I'm
like
like
everyone.
notorious for actually becoming friends outside of the salon
Yeah.
with your clients.
Notorious. I just put on a
Notorious
baby
for it.
shower for one of my clients this week.
This is Megan for you, okay?
I love, the thing is that, like, I love meeting people and I love making friends, and the thing is that if I vibe with you outside the chair,
Why not?
Like, if I vibe with you in the chair and I know that I'm gonna vibe with you outside the chair, like, why not just bring those together?
Yeah.
And it's not just a, you know, oh, she does my hair. This is my friend.
Yeah.
You know, and especially when I was moving, when I moved here, I didn't have anybody. I didn't have anyone close, didn't have anyone, and I was always really known for hanging my friendship hat at work,
Mm-hmm.
and then realizing, like, when that person left or when I left, like, well, we weren't really that good of friends.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
like, I didn't know that we it doesn't mean that we weren't friends and we didn't get along, but I was like, oh, it didn't go as deep as past, like, work and stuff.
Right.
But when someone's, like, actively, like, seeking out your friendship, I was like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
So it just makes, I don't know, it makes you feel like warm fuzzies.
It
and
shows how much
stuff.
they trust you and
And-
truly
Yeah.
love you.
Oh, this girl, let me tell you. Okay, when she first started here, me and Emily took her out of town. Okay.
You did!
Oh, Emily.
This girl walks into the Alamo at 1:30 in a trench coat.
Oh, that was Christmas! It's Christmas.
What is that?
Merry
And I'm
Christmas.
like, this girl, we're keeping her. Can we keep her?
She's so much fun.
It was after our Christmas party because we're all like, let's go downtown, like let's hang out. Well, I lived downtown, so I just walked. But I had to wear a coat. Everyone else left their coats in like the car or they Ubered here, so they didn't need it. Yeah. And so I'm at Floyd's. I'm at the Alamo dancing in a coat.
It was the best thing of my life.
Like, I was like, put your coat up. No, my stuff's in it.
No, she rocked it. Like, she's like, no, I'm wearing it. And she's busting a move in a trench coat.
Oh my gosh.
I love that.
I was so sweaty.
It was
so sweaty. It was so bad.
I loved it. But from then on, I'm like, we're keeping her. She's
okay.
I'll
stay forever.
My favorite memory of Megan, and this is actually embarrassing for me. This shows my blonde. Okay.
My fave. Keep going.
We were, I think my fiance Brian had given us a ride home I was giving you a ride to your car maybe at one point.
Maybe.
And we were when I had the slug bug.
Yes.
We were in the bugs. I did not know that my car had wiper fluid. Do you remember this? Do you remember this?
Only just now that you're saying it.
You said, hey, why don't you, put your wiper fluid on your windshield? It's really dirty.
Because it was like the dead of winter or something.
And I said, well, I don't have it in this car for some reason. And you were like, no, you just have to do this. And you pushed it for me.
Was that the same day?
You taught me where the wiper fluid button is.
so much.
You are a true educator.
I'm a mother and a father.
You educated me on where my wiper fluid was. I was like, wow, I feel so silly right now.
This might have been the same instance where you told me what a newt was.
Oh, yes.
We'll I don't know if we should say that on the pod.
No.
If you don't know.
If you don't know. If you
Google
know,
it.
you know. Okay? If you know, you know.
Because I was like, where is she from? I was like, where are you from? She was like, I'm a newt. And I'm like, what's that? And she told me, and I was like.
You didn't know?
No clue. I'm not from here.
Oh, bad.
I'm not from here. And Ryan's from Riverton. He's like, it's the greatest city in Illinois. And I'm like, that is the village of Riverton. That is the village of Riverton.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much for teaching me where my wiper fluid is.
Oh, yes. Anytime. I can teach you how to check your oil in your car, too.
I do know how to do that.
Okay.
I do know how to do that. I've learned a lot since then. Oh my goodness.
Well, thank you so much for coming
You're
on
welcome.
today.
Wait.
One more question.
Wait.
What is your favorite local spot?
Local spot. I love me a Grabba Drava.
You are a
I
Grabba
love
Drava girl.
it.
I'm Grabba Drava girly. I am known for coming in with a Starbies, but it's because it's on the way from my kid's sitter. But when I have the time, it's a Grabba Drava. Double dirty chai, large, non-fat milk these days, but oat milk is good too. And then I love the library.
She does. She's like, Brittany, they had this at the library. I'm like, I didn't know.
They have. Did you know that they have a podcast set up at the library?
No way.
They do.
Like,
They have like a
go in and
library of things now. Like you can like take out like gardening tools and like drills.
Oh, I thought you meant like you could go film a podcast.
No, yeah, you can. You can do
what?
that too. They have like I think it's called the Collab. Like now.
Oh.
Yeah, and you can like basically like rent, or I always say rent. It's not right. Lend. It's the lending library. You can take out space at the library if you want to do like a podcast, but you don't have all the stuff to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You can. Yeah.
Wow.
It's kind of cool. But they have they just have all kinds of stuff, and there's all kinds of resources, and I'm traveling all the time, so I love an audiobook, and I pay for Audible, but you only get one. You only get one a month, and I usually run through it, and so if I have anything else I want to read, I can go from the library. And
That's what you were just telling me about the other day.
Oh, there's like 2 or 3 apps.
Yeah.
And movies and shows.
That's awesome.
And like Kindle books, like all kinds of stuff. So it's that's my favorite place, like always, all the time.
Aww.
Is the library. I wish I went more.
Me too. I'm gonna start going.
It's so fun.
I'm gonna start going for sure. Okay.
They're open till like 8 on a couple days a week.
Shout out to the library.
The library
Hey,
open
grab a Java.
late. Yeah.
Open late.
Open late.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you so much for coming on the pod.
Of course. Hey, anytime.
This
Blessings
was so
abound.
fun.
We love that.
Everybody, book with Megan.
Yes.
Book with Megan if you don't have a stylist and you're looking for somebody who will do vivids or anything.
If you really just want a good time,
Yeah.
go sit in her chair.
If you want a friend,
Yeah.
go see
I'll
her.
make an hour feel like 20 minutes.
Truly.
Well, thanks for listening, guys.
Thanks
we
for listening.
appreciate it.
Yes.
Bye.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
That was long enough.